How do we follow up
on the set, on the scene? Welcome back to the Bricks. Broadcast from BPR Studios as usual. We're your host, Ken Boyer. Alongside me, Mr. One Time, Mike Lewis. Now we jumping into the Western Conference Finals, and game one, it was a pretty, resounding response from the Spurs, man. The likely favorites to, take that slot for the NBA championship. I mean, thumping the Grizzlies. I mean, what's your take on how everything played out?
I was a little surprised, man, because you talking about one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, you on the road and all, but y'all better than that. Memphis better than that.
Yeah.
I think, they probably got a little caught off guard. The thing with Spurs is they got so many shooters, so many weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You go from playing, the Clippers in the first round. I mean, which they started, and the thing with it's like a trending thing with Memphis. They lose the first game usually. They did that in both series against Clippers and the Thunder.
Yeah.
Then they come back and win. The thing is, though, with Clippers and the Thunder, it's more people. It's not that many people to focus on.
Right.
It's a couple people. That's it. With the Spurs, man, I mean, you got Duncan, Parker, Ginobili,
right. Danny
Green, Kawhi Leonard, Matt Bonner. It's everywhere. So everybody got to be on that game. It's really, to me, it's gonna come down to man up. It's not. Everybody got to own it. I mean, they're a good defensive team collectively, but one-on-one, y'all got to stay in front of people. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely the key. Everybody do have to man up and own that type of situation. But I think it will ultimately come down to the Grizzlies as a team being able to match up, because that's where their strengths are. That's the only way they have a chance. You know what I mean? Because one-on-one matchups, like you just named them, those three, you know what I mean? There's nobody that, you know what I mean, it takes take that away from the Spurs, period. But I think the thing with the Grizzlies, I'm not really too, scared for them, because game one, I think their approach, like you said, they did with the Clippers and the Thunder, is kind of like, okay, let's see how they're gonna come at us. You know what I mean? They kind of stood there and they taking that first punch. To basically see how teams is going to do and how they adjust to it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, honestly, there are going to definitely be some huge adjustments made. First and foremost, Zach dealing with Matt Bonner. That position matchup is a matchup nightmare. If they're going to have him running out there and trying to guard Matt Bonner like that, they better get him some skates and an inhaler. Because there's no way it's going to be a long series for this guy. And another thing is, they're too big down low to play. You can't play that type of game with the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to hammer.
Spread you out.
Yeah. The Spurs they don't have anything that you can just point out and say, okay, if we do this, or even if we do this and this, we got them. You know what I'm saying? Like OKC, especially Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, it's just like, okay, lock him down, we good. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Clippers. You just go, you can
stop
easily
Chris Paul.
Yeah. So, and that's the whole engine to that whole, thing. But it's not, the Spurs are so efficient, man. They've been doing this for so long. Even the new pieces that they have, they're plug-ins. You know what I mean? They just plug into a system. And Greg Popovich, I mean, come on now. The best coach out there, the best of the best.
A genius, man.
Seriously. So, I mean, it's no one thing, and they just moving like a well-oiled machine, and you really see, how dangerous they are. So now the Grizzlies got to come back in game two and say, okay, we got to give respect for each thing that these guys do, and, make their adjustments from there.
I'm not tripping, man. They going to be all right, because, Zebo dropping 2 points, 1 for 8. That ain't going to happen again.
Nah.
The Spurs made 14 threes, a franchise record. That ain't going to happen again. So it's really, to me, it's going to come down to whose style is going to win out. The Grizzlies want to slow it down, grind it down low with Gasol and Zebo.
That's the Spurs game too, though.
Spurs only got Duncan, and the Duncan can't not score like that no more. Let's keep it real. Duncan at the point now, he may give you 10 to 15 on a good night, but he really can still play D. Really, he don't play D and get boards. You count on him for that, but as far as scoring and all that, dropping 20 plus,
he don't need to though.
He don't need to.
That's the thing with the Spurs. You will have each of a different player each game that can step up and have a breakup. They're not relying on Duncan doing one thing, or even Ginobili. Parker may be the guy that you have to say that, you know, you have to key in on him, you know, and that's the one guy that can slow them down, but really it can't stop them.
Yeah.
You know, you honestly do have to honor all of them. You know, they got plenty of weapons, man.
So it sounds like you ain't giving the Grizzlies a chance.
I see this game going 5 games.
Ooh.
Spurs, I see the Spurs in 5. That's what I'm thinking.
Man, they got to go back to the grindhouse, man.
Yeah,
don't forget that.
Yeah, and I give them a puncher's chance there. I give them a definite chance there, but the Spurs, I really think is like
too much.
Yeah, it's too much right now for the Spurs. Now that, you know, when you get to the finals, either matchup, when you talk about, you know, Indiana or Miami, I see that being, you know, pretty much a wash in the uphill battle for the Spurs. But as far as right here, this is the perfect matchup for the Spurs right now.
To just kind of get in and rest, huh?
Yeah. So I think it's basically, you know, I'm taking Spurs in 5.
Spurs in 5. Okay. I got Grizzlies in 6, man.
Grizzlies in 6?
Grizzlies in 6.
Well, we'll see how that play out. We'll be back to talk a little bit more. Next up, NBA draft. Who's your top 5? Mine totally different from the experts and what they may think. But we'll, you know, share those with you when we come back. It's the Breaks.